Welcome to Linux Overdose, episode 12. Today's May the 10th, 2016, and today's episode is a beginning to end for OpenSuse. And I'll be installing in a virtual box. So we'll just go ahead and get started. First, you need, of course, a computer. You gotta be online, and you just open up a browser, go to distrowatch.com. We'll look for OpenSuse, which is ranked 4 right over here. And then we just look for the home page. Home page is OpenSuse.org. And we got two choices. We got Tumbleweed or Leap. And I always go for stable releases. So to me, Leap is more stable, more in my playing field for Linux. I never have any problems with older stable applications. And people always have a difficulty of choosing a Linux distro. Of course, if you're just starting, you need a beginner course of a Linux distro. OpenSuse, a beginner can do this, but their very first time, it's not that hard. But Ubuntu, Mint, or some other will be better for a beginner. Then you decide which distro. Some are light or some are heavy. Me, I have no difficulty of choosing any Linux distro. There's 272 plus active Linux distros, and any of them will work on my system. My system's not old. I just built it this year. Equipment that's inside, I don't think that's no older than 2 years or 3 years. I never buy the latest hardware at that time, because Linux is haven't got their hands on the new equipment yet to get it stable for drivers and stuff. So I always stay behind, including hardware and my software. So but if I was going to install this distro as my primary, I'll go for the Leap. And I always like the BitTorrent. To me, it's just faster to download. And if you're going to do a DVD, you definitely need a DVD because it's 4.7 gigabytes. And you can put it on a stick. I'm just going to download the ISO right now. And I'll open it with transmission because that's my torrent client. And then I'm just going to press open, and then it will start downloading the ISO. And it depends on how fast their server is. My server, my internet is fast, so as long as their side's fast too, and not too much traffic, then I should have this ISO in a short period of time. And right now it's showing about 15 minutes. So, and that speed might go faster. So we just wait until that is. And I get the ISO, and if you're gonna burn it to DVD, which the program I got on here, and I don't know why the B's gone, but this is 0, and this is my burning program. And ISO, it's an image file, so you want to burn it as an image. And then I click and find the image file, and then I just create image to burn it on the DVD. So that's how you would do it if you want to burn it. Now, if I want to burn it on a USB, I would have to use a USB burning software, which I don't have one because I don't burn images on flash drives. But if I did, I would just all you do is, if you to look for one, just say Linux USB ISO burner, something like that, and then you should get some options. And this one is a good one, UNet booting, and then I'm on Linux. If you was on Windows, you click on Windows, and then just follow the instructions to create it on a USB. Right now I'm going to create it on I'm just going to stick the ISO in a virtual box, and like it was a DVD, and just follow instructions. So that's what I'm going to do. See how well that's doing. And I got 7 minutes. So like I said, it depends on the size of it. If it was smaller, I would already had it. It's 4.65 gigabytes, which is a pretty good size file. So this will have a lot of stuff pre-install, which is great for a beginner, because a beginner don't know what stuff to start out with. Your media player, your document reader. I believe codecs are installed. So some usually ain't, but forums and stuff will let you know if you're missing anything. What I always do is I'll make sure I get have the codecs, check out all the defaults, see what kind of media player I have, and any other applications that I like, image editors and all that, and I use in the burner, I use their defaults first. Familiar with them or not, which I've been with Linux for over 12 and a half years, so I pretty much know all the applications by now. I've been on many distros, including OpenSuse, which I love OpenSuse. I did have OpenSuse as a primary operating system. The KDE, I can't remember what version it was. It's been a long time. And all you have to remember is the three that we did that I already installed and did the beginning to end, that were all Debian based distros. This one's not. This one's OpenSuse, and it has a different package manager, different commands to install, uninstall, and all that. And so we gotta. When I started Linux, I stopped thinking how I did everything Windows way, installing all that, because it's different. Linux has a repository, and you get most all your stuff there. And of course, you can get third party from source, or they package it for you from different sites, and you can install them that way too if you trust them and know how to compile from source and all that. But for a beginner, just accept what's in the repositories. An OpenSuse repository will have everything that I need to get my operating system the way I want it. And default, this is the first time I'm doing a leap. this version of OpenSuse, so this is going to be first time I'm going to see how it's installed, which it should be just easy, just graphical, follow instructions. I don't see no problem doing that, and I don't see no problem navigating through. I believe it'll be KDE. I'm going to install KDE, but I believe it's the default anyway. And like I said, you're going to see me not having no problems or minor problems. And, you know, I'm going to have Linux and have a operating system to do my bidding. And there's a lot of people that just don't know how to install it, don't know what to do after they install it, don't know what applications to use to do their task. And it's all Google away, and hopefully these videos will help you at least get things started. And there's many YouTube videos how to install anything, and so you can view this one, my video, view a few others if you're not comfortable proceeding. After you watch this, you just click on other ones, and that's what I do. I click on 2 or 3. I don't rely on just one source, just to pick up little hints here and there. And when I install Linux, I do not pre-partition or format or nothing. I just stick it in there, say whole hard drive, and just let it do its thing. I don't add a swap or nothing, which most by default they do anyway. I just let it do its thing, and then I reboot and I got Linux. So there's no, you don't have to think how to do this, how to do that. A lot of people like to do it. I don't need to do it. Everyone does it to save their preferences, but me, I change my preferences so often that I just make sure I don't lose my data. I got a external hard drive. I'll make sure I back up my pictures, any downloads I think I need, like games or something, or packages, my documents, just things I want to keep. I don't want to lose, pictures, music, movies, home video, anything I was working on, save it on my external, and then install on then reinstall a different operating system on my system, or just add another hard drive and put it on my system. So now VirtualBox is not real hardware, and I wouldn't advise you put on VirtualBox if you're going to use a primary operating system. It should be on a solid state drive, which that's the best hard drives to buy. Instead, the mechanical ones, buy the solid state ones. It's just what you should do. Alright, now that's downloaded, so we got that. I go ahead and pause it, and I always go to properties, make sure it's 100%, which it is, and then I just close this, and we're done with the browser. So I can close the browser, and we'll start creating a VirtualBox, which is right here, and we'll do new, and this one is OpenSuse, and then we'll hit next. Memory, let me see, memory size, I'll put about 4 gigs on this. Next, default, you can't change it from, oh yeah, you can change it from here. Alright, put about 24 gigabytes. Create. And then we'll go settings. Well, I can get the share clipboard and drag and drop. Unclick floppy. I'm not going to enable anything here. We'll put let me see, choose. Yeah, right here's the ISO that I download, so I'll open it up. And audio, network, bridge adapter, and that's all I'm going to do. Press OK, and we'll go ahead and start it. And you see a green light bulb. It said boot from hard disk, which is what I got now. And installation, upgrade, rescue, check, and memory. And we're going to do the installation, so we'll click on that. I don't know if it's the live version or not before installation. We'll find out here in a second. I guess I can do this on full screen if it let me, yeah. So here's full screen. And we'll see if I have any problems. But remember, if problems, it's just a VirtualBox problem, probably not the other way around. I don't expect any problems though. And it's, you know, graphical, just follow instructions. And we just wait. Alright, of course this is some kind of agreement thing. And of course English, and keyboard tests. Next. Now it's checking everything. And everything's checked, I guess. Okay, now add online repositories before. And include add-on products from separate media. Add-on repositories. I don't know yet. Include add-on products from separate media. Include add-on products. I just want to click on both and see what happens. I'm sure I can go back. And suggestion partitions. These are just suggestions. Edit. Let me see. What? Okay. I can edit. I can create partition or expert partition or next. I just put next. Okay, time zone. We'll do Indianapolis here and do next. Update repository, main repository. Update repository, main repository from source. And these are just defaults, and I'm just going to go ahead and accept the defaults. I can add more later if I need more. Alright, looks like another license to read. Next. And what's so cool about say you want this on a regular hard drive, but you want to at least give it a test run. Well, VirtualBox is good for that. At least you know, the choices. You don't know what to choose yet, and say after it boots up and stuff, you say, "Oh man, I wish I had chosen that," which you probably added anyway, but at least you know what's up, and then when you do install it on a real hard drive, you know, you can correct any mistakes that you did in a VirtualBox. So I guess that's a good thing about VirtualBox. You can just give it a test run. And I'm never scared to, you know, choose the wrong thing or well, let me try this out. I just do it. And what's so good about this VirtualBox here, I can just start over if I want to. Alright, looks like that's all done, so I'll hit next. And now it's asking what desktop, and defaults KDE. You got choice of none, or you got other, and I don't know what other is. And see, that's another thing. I probably can go do that and go back, but I want KDE, so I'm gonna just do KDE. I'm gonna use my internet name, password. They're all the same when I do VirtualBox. Use the password for system administrator. Receive system mail, automatic login. So I'm gonna just keep all that as is. Next. It's too short. Really use this password. It's just letting me know that it's too simple of a password, too short and simple. You know, easy to be hacked in or whatever. But this is a VirtualBox, so, and I already know, you guys already know what it is if you've been watching my episodes. It's just green, all lowercase, and I only use that in VirtualBox, so I'm just gonna say yes to this, and it's doing all its stuff, or this is what's going to be doing. You know, get my grub and all this, and so hit install. Base is now complete, and install. So now it's going to install all this stuff. And OpenSuse use YATS. I think that's the name of their graphical package manager. It's almost like Synaptic Manager on the Debian, so it ain't much difference. Now I don't use apt-get no more. They use now they use Zipper. I was using something else before Zipper was around. That's when I was using OpenSuse. So that's a new command to use. I know that by reading that stuff. I try to keep up with any Linux distro, even ones I don't hardly use or anything. It prepares me when I do try it out or try to explain to someone. If they didn't like my distro, I said, well, these other distros are decent to check out, and I give them little information that I know about it. So, like I said, it's a little new to me. I had OpenSuse before the zipper command, and I think I had it for 3 months, 4 months, something like that, and it was stable. I liked it. I'm just a distro hopper, so I try something, I stick with it till I like it, understand it, and then I just move on. And I didn't used to like XFCE desktop environment, but now I've been using it, so I kind of like it now. But still, a KDE is still my favorite, even though I like XFCE. Now KDE is heavier, so you better have the proper hardware to it won't be sluggish or nothing. Now it might be on this virtual box, but if I had it installed my system with 16 gigabytes of memory, I'm sure it'd be super fast with zero problems, and I don't expect a problem in this virtual box. At least I don't think I will. We'll know when we get through. So installing the packages, a little slide showed letting you know what's installing. I got LibreOffice on here, so and your graphics tools like GIMP is going to be on here, which I like GIMP, and it looks like Inkscape be on here. So there'll probably be a lot of packages here, and people think a lot of packages is bloatware. I guess it's bloatware if you ain't gonna use it, and yes, some of this stuff pre-installed I probably will not use, and when you update, it's gonna update all that stuff, even the stuff you ain't using, so it slows down your update. So you can uninstall a few things. I usually don't install nothing unless it starts on a Mac, like an email client or something. I don't use the email client. If I did, I would be using Thunderbird, but KDE has Kmail, so I might try that out, which I have tried it out. I tried all the email clients. I just started using the web client, and I like it better. So I think the reason I got away from email clients on my system is I was in those what's what they call them, the net news that you connect through your email client, which is like message boards and stuff, and I got too occupied in them, and I just went ahead and just stopped using email clients just to keep me away from those net news stuff on through your email client. But you get a good lot of information through them too. But I use Gmail or Yahoo or MyWay, whatever email client I have, or even my web-based email client, which is all web-based. So I'm all web-based for emails. Alright, we're at 55%. And like I say, it depends on your connection and all that, and how busy the servers are. And it depends on how fast your computer is. But this is a large file, over 4.5 gigabytes of stuff, so it's gonna have it's gonna be bloated, I guess if you want to call it. And I usually keep everything on, even stuff I don't use, because I might use it later. I'll still check it out. And like I said, if it gives me problems like it automatic starts or something, then I'll remove it if I ain't gonna use it. If I want it back, just reinstall it. And I ain't paying attention to slideshow because they're all the same to me. I guess it's fun to watch in that little bar at the at the bottom, or just walk away. As long as they don't ask you any more questions or nothing, or you have to click the keep proceeding. So to learn about OpenSuse, just go to their website. It looks like OpenSuse.org, and read their wiki. Go to their forums, and you get a lot of answers there. The best way to get your answers is actually to the distro that you're going to use. Use the community, and you should get through any rough spots that you got. And yeah, some people can be rude or seem to be rude. I guess sometimes when I answer my messages, you can pick them off as being rude, but I'm not trying to be rude. I know everyone don't know everything about Linux, and it's hard to go from the baby steps that I had to take. It's hard to explain to a new user how to get to to something. Sometimes it's better off to use video for some people to get one place to another to solve problems. And anybody emails me or message me, I'll try to answer all questions. And if I have to do a video for you to explain it, I will. I'll do it through a VirtualBox if I need to, with your same version of Linux and distro and all that. But most of your problems, every problem that you're gonna have is just the hardware. Your hardware is not capable of doing it, or it's just not. The kernel's not pre-installed with the drivers that you need for it to operate. Out of the box. You have to do something manually. And your first time with Linux, you're gonna be totally lost. That's why I always advise people, if you try one Linux and it fails, just try a different version of Linux, different DE, until something works. If none of them work, your BIOS is set up wrong, or something that you can't change and needs to be changed, or it can be a lot of things. That's why it's hard to narrow down when someone says one thing and we think okay, this is how you fix it, but they meant, they ain't filling all the blanks. When people talk to me, I assume it's on a real hard drive, and sometimes it could be on a USB or something like that. So when you have problems, you should explain exactly what hardware you're using and how you install Linux, so you get the right answers. Because I'm going to assume it's on real hardware, and that's how I'm going to answer the question to fix it. And that might not be it, because you put it in a VirtualBox, or you put it in a USB drive, and my answer could be different. So when you ask questions to anybody, be specific how it was installed, so you get the right answers. Because I like when I tell them, well, you click on this, and then they say, well, it's not there, or it's grayed out, they can't click on it. Well, there's a reason for that. The BIOS or the driver, or like I said, it's not on real hardware, it's on something else. So a simple task can be a real hard task, more than one step to get it correctly. And you might not be able to correct it to the way you want to set it up. You have to go a different way, and you might not want to go a different way. Like I said, my primary OS is going to be on, real hard drives. This is just like a show and tell thing for you guys, and it's almost the same procedure if you was installing on real hardware. It's just virtual hardware, and results can be the same. Results can be a little different. And I never panic when something goes, berserk or wrong. And when you do install a different OS, especially if you're not familiar with it, you should have another device to get on the internet to fix the problem with the one it has the problem, because it's you will have a hell of a problem if you try to install Linux, had a problem, and now you can't get on the internet or nothing to solve your problem. So you should have two internet devices, another laptop, another desktop, tablet, smartphone, another internet access to help you solve your problem. And I got 3 desktops, 3 laptops, 1 tablet, and 1 smartphone. So I got plenty of devices to get on the internet. And a lot of them has different operating systems. Of course, my tablet has Android and my smartphone has Android. The rest of them are Linux. Right, we're at 96%. It says installing boot manager. So that's what it's doing. Now preparing system for initial boot. System will reboot now. Say okay. Well, it's going to do it as soon as the countdown's done. So, and now it's going to reboot, but it's going to probably reboot back in the DVD. No, it's not. I can boot from the hard disk. So should be booting from the, well, actually, let's see, I can't shut off, can I? Can I shut off from here? No, just boot from hard drive. Okay, and boot from what we just installed. And this should be the boot, not from the DVD. And to make sure of that, I'm just going to take it out and I don't know, and reboot, I guess. Pretty boot up screen, I guess. Green light bar with OpenSuse. And the progress bar. Remember, the first time it boots up, it's going to be slow anyway, so never judge the first boot, first 2 or 3 boots probably. It will be faster. So, let's see. Looks like it's done. I don't like the colors already. It's too plain. I don't like the color of the block bar. This is too dark to see or not dark enough to see the workspace. It looks like I got 2 workspaces. There's the menu. most recent device, which is the DVD, my volume, show hidden icons, battery, clipboard. So it has a clipboard and software updates. So alright, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this, or reboot, or no, shut it off. Okay, that was that. Menu, shut down. So I want to shut down, and shut down. It says seconds, so I can change that if I want to. So it should, okay. It shut down. Okay, it's done. Alright, I'll go settings again and make sure this is out. Make sure this is empty. Remove. Oh. Okay, it's empty. So okay, and we'll go ahead and reboot back into OpenSuse. So we know we're not using the ISO. And it might boot up a little quicker. And anything you see here, you can change. Some are hard, some are simple. Sometimes you have to download a third party and change the theme of it. Anything you don't like, you can change. And people go by the first look, oh, I don't like this, and then move on. No, I love KDE. Now I do not like this theme whatsoever. I just don't like it. See what's here. Show desktop, add widgets, leave. What else we got? Oh yeah, I want to do the updates, software updates. Check for updates. And this is the first thing you always should do is update software, which it looks like it's up to date. Yeah, it's up to date, everything. So what you need to do is just like I said, I don't like this color because I can't tell from desk 1, desk 2, just barely. And panel options, alternative task manager settings. Alright, 2 rows arrangement, a highlight window on middle click. This is just general task stuff. Alright, and I say just poke around. Right now I probably like to know where the settings are, so I can start changing like my colors and all that stuff, appearances. Sometimes you can just right click, and then here's desktop settings. And let's see. Okay, this is just, which I kind of like the green light bulb. I have no problem with the green light bulb at all. Here's your mouse action, and here's some tweaks. And so far everything reacts real fast, and that's what you want to check. You don't want to see no sluggish or anything like that. You want here's settings, web control panel, Ice-T web control panel, about Ice-T web cache, configuration, network, so what I'm going to do is let's see, we got some games built in, and here's our let's see, internet. Here's our browser. So we got a lot of tools here. Office stuff, settings again. Here's your yachts. That's the software program to install stuff here, I think. Oh no, this is control panel. Software, hardware, system, network, visual, support, and miscellaneous. Software repository, software manager, hardware information. So, alright, what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and end this, and I'll change some of the theme here to get it kind of more have it look pretty decent. But you see how well it went smooth. It seems like things are working. Here it seems like everything's working. We can check the browser, Firefox, see how well it opens up. Remember, first thing, every time something's the first, it might be slower, and it seems like it works, decent. Like let's go to USA Today. Now it might not have some plugins, which I'll figure that out when I start surfing the web and see what's installed, what ain't installed. It looks like that's working. And then of course I'll look for sound, make sure my sound's working, which it might not be right now. But I say I don't like the theme. It's too light. It needs but the menu's alright. And you just got the K emblem here, your menu, and you just got a few things here. And then this is for your widgets and stuff, which I'll have it has a clipboard, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it might work. I might want to have it shown though. And this here, show desktop, add widgets, activities, leave, which I guess is shut that off, and shut it off here too. So we'll go ahead and shut off, shut down. And see, it's installed and got it on there. Got online real quick. It don't seem like nothing went wrong. I didn't like the default theme, which I will change and explain how I changed some of the stuff, and tell you what any problems I have too, if any comes up. So I'll go ahead and end this session. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.